The S&P 500 posted a modest gain of around 0.22%, rather a modest loss of 0.22% in the first trading session of today, the 2nd of January 2024. And it is Rgti that we are watching. It's not the most active, but is definitely, obviously, one of the stocks on everybody's radar. This is its 1 minute chart. This is what it did. I wouldn't say this is not the entirety of what it did today, but as you can see, the all the moving averages and the trend on the stock is a bullish one. It's so I wouldn't say this is a rejection, but it's tried to test the highs of around, I would say, $2.2, but it didn't get there. So that still remains a valid, still remains an upper projection. I would say $2.2 or thereabout. Even higher prices. I think we have something maybe close to 21 or thereabout. And I think on this 1 minute chart, the 10 period moving average has continued to serve as a primary demand line, and indeed also even its 40 period moving average. Right now, it is trading below all of those moving averages, the 20, the 10, 21, and the 40 moving averages on this 1 minute chart. But this is a very short interval chart, so it's not really going to be of much benefit to you by the time you come back to, or by the time you're watching this already. But just bear in mind there are higher prices projected on that 1 minute chart. So on the 45 minute chart, there isn't any we have here. There are a couple of negated ones we have here. So high. We have already seen something higher than that. We have $21 or thereabout somewhere here. So this will be right into 21, but it didn't touch those levels, but it was projected. Okay, this was all the way back in last week. But still, there's just a good reference of what the stock can do. What the stock can do. Let's move on to the 1 hour chart and see. I'm just have not just been able to find the project, see the prices we have here. I just keep on making excuses. I've not been able to. But in any case, regardless, this is the 1 hour chart. There isn't anything here. We have just a couple of downward projections here, not around 18.69. Mind you, it closed at $20, again of 31%. This is a 1 hour chart. See a couple of things there. The moving averages are pretty much converging. They're pretty much all bunched up together. Indicating that maybe indicating that there is a reasonable amount of volatility, is a reasonable amount of liquidity in the stock, possibly. Possibly. Let's have a look at its 2 hour chart and see. And obviously, some of the upper projections I gave you in the previous video, they've all been met, I believe. So let's look at the 2 hour chart and see what we have. On the 2 hour chart, we have some upper projections that haven't that were negated. I don't. Let's see what they are. They're definitely higher than 21. So we are. I can just probably say something like $22 or thereabout. This is the 2 hour chart, $22, and I have to continue to also point out what's going on the momentum side. So on this 2 hour chart, you can see momentum is not expected to be that strong, but does not mean, like I said in the last video, it does not mean that the stock will not continue to show strength. But it's just that you can see the strength it has been showing since all the way back in September. Okay, or let's just say since all the way back in October. If you compare that to what's going on right now, it is right now it's absolutely nothing compared to what's going on before, what has happened before. So that is why we are looking at a moderating momentum. But within all of that moderation, there is still strength. There's still upward movement. The the 10 period moving averages. I would say the short and intermediate moving averages. I think all of them are have all bunched up to continue to provide it basis for even higher prices, basis for more strength or continued strength. So on the 3 hour chart, we can equally see the same as well. Momentum is equally waning as well. So you don't need to worry about that. It's just that momentum has done better things. It has done better than what it is now. And just not very long ago, we had projections projections that definitely higher than $21. Yeah, definitely higher than that. I would say even somewhere close to 22.5. I can exactly see what they are, but surely yes, that is definitely what's in play there. Let's see the 4 hour chart. On the 4 hour chart, we have just an upper projection here, 21.19, and some a projection here definitely that I would say even something close to maybe 23 or thereabout. But I can't see it. And just like in the other charts, the 1, the 2, and the 3, the short and intermediate moving averages, the 10, 21, and the 40 moving averages at various points, they're all mixing things up, and they've continued to serve as a primary demand line, and momentum as usual as well is waning, but the stock is relentlessly is still going to continue to show strength even regardless of the lack of momentum. And like I'm trying to repeat myself again. The reason behind the lack of momentum, or lack of or rather the projected weakness in momentum, is because the momentum was way better than what it was before now. So compared to what it was, this is not wonderful, this is not excellent, but it's just looking at momentum in isolation. So let's have a look at its daily chart and see what's going on here. On the daily chart, we have you can see that that here as well, the 10-period moving average has not failed. It hasn't failed to serve as a primary demand line. It hasn't failed since all the way back in, I would say, since all the way back in middle of October. Continue to do so, and on the last trading session, that was Tuesday the 31st. It came close and right on its extrapolated 10-period moving average. So, but in the coming days, the 10-period moving average will plot through the pivot he had on that Tuesday. So maybe in the next trading session, or maybe tomorrow, they thought it might dip, and if it dips, then buy it. If it dips, buy it. Yeah. So that's yes, and also momentum is equally waning, and obviously now by now what the reason behind that. So let's quickly move on to QSI. QSI. Okay, so just like Rgti, the 10-period moving average is it's not perfectly serving it not as good as it is on Rgti. We saw it drop through the 40-period moving average. This was as of 18th of November, but since that time, it has pretty much been serving as a primary demand line. A couple of occasions where it dropped through that moving average, all the dropped below the 10 and the 21-day moving average. That was sometime in the middle of December, not very long ago. But I think in itself, whenever it dips this low, then you probably should buy. You probably should buy. So it's just like in our GTI, it's also the 10-day moving average is likely to plot through that pivot, the pivot of Thursday, the second of the pivot of Tuesday, the 31st. So it's a pattern going on here. So maybe tomorrow it might also dip and provide a buying opportunity as well. So extrapolation is for higher prices on QSI. We don't have upper projections here. The upper projection that was there as of Thursday the 26th has already been exceeded as of today. That was that projection was 3.62. Now we have it at $4.29. Can we have a look at its 4-hour chart to see if there's any upper projections there? No upper projections. There was an upper projection, has printed through that, and that's just close, just slightly above that. Um, let's see whether we can have a look at the 1-hour chart. We're looking for projections now. Yeah, we don't have any here on the 1-hour chart. We can just quickly have a look at its 2-hour chart. Let's see. On the 2-hour chart, we have no upper projection, so we're gonna move on to the next stock. Will be LAES. Okay, LAES. That's Seal SQ. Let's see. What does this company do? Let's see. LAES. Might be able to find out. You'd be surprised if it could also be computing, quantum computing. Let's see. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. Gained 40.98%. Let's see if there's any news. Let's see if there's any fresh news. Okay, CLSQ announced that 2025 is expected to be a landmark year for its parent company, YSQ International Holding, as they advance their leadership in quantum technologies. SalesQ is focusing on breakthroughs in post-quantum algorithms and semiconductor innovations, while WiseKey is reinforcing its public key infrastructure with a quantum root to key to address the challenges of the quantum era. Okay, so yeah, yes, they're all we are in the era of quantum stocks. Okay, I think let's find out QSI. I'm sorry, I'm taking you back. We want to make sure we want to find out what exactly they do as well. Okay, life sciences and tools services. Life sciences, tools and services. Okay. Yeah, that somebody was trying to remind me that it's not exactly a quantum stock, even though it has quantum in it. But you never know. They are pitching, or probably market participants are not are buying that anyway. They're not maybe market participants. It's maybe just drawing sympathy from the name, because it has quantum in the name, and then people are buying it anyway. So we have no upper projections here on the 2-hour chart for LAES. We have a downward projection of $6.08. Let's move up a bit and look at the 1-hour chart. Let's see. We have upper projections on the 1-hour chart. We have 9.46. We have 10.08. As things stand right now, they are still in play. Let's see what's going on with the broader market. Okay. Okay, there are downward projections. We have all the way down to 6.5. Okay, let's jump down to the 3-hour chart and see the 3-hour chart for LAES. LAES, we have there are no upper projections. And on the 3-hour chart, the 10-period moving average, at least since Friday, since the middle of December of last year, it did supply. It didn't lend itself as a primary demand line, and of late we saw the 40-period moving average play that role. Momentum is also waning, obviously, for the same reason I've been pointing out before. So let's look at the 4-hour chart and see. The 4-hour chart, we have an ambitious upper projection here. I can exactly see that number. Definitely something close to maybe $12 or thereabout. Yeah, and momentum just likewise is projected to be flat. I mean, for obvious reasons. And The 10-period moving average did serve as a primary demand line, but not as good as it does for our GTI. So we've seen it now. We saw it drop below the 21-period moving average. That was where it pivoted from and broke through all of those moving averages. So maybe it's at some point it could gradually inch up to this upper projection, which we can't exactly see. It's going to be something in the range of maybe around $12 or thereabout. You know. So let's have a look at the daily chart for LAES. Let's see. Okay, we saw that rejection at 9.2. That was on Friday, the 26th of Thursday, 26th of December, and just picked up strength from its 10-period moving average. So the 10-period moving average is equally serving as a primary demand line as well. Yeah, so maybe tomorrow it might dip, and if it dips, then there's a good chance it will be a buy, just as it is, as it should be for Rgti and QSI. So let's quickly move on to NITO. NITO, what does NITO do? Let's see. NITO gained 331.45%. This is a chemical company. Let's see what the news is. Okay. Shares triple after approval for solar PV project in Mels, Germany. Okay. More than tripled in recent Thursday trading after the company won approval from for the submission of the statutory plan for its 111 mega MWP solar voltaic joint venture project in Mels, Germany. Okay. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. So the stock has just shown strength within a longer term bearish trend, and extrapolation is for continued momentum as well. Continued momentum. I think I have my these are not working. I think these they're not working. The extrapolations are not working. Maybe they're not firing up. Let's have a look at the 1 hour chart and see. Okay, so we're expecting a contraction. We have an upper projection of 1.23. We're expecting a contraction of its 10-period moving average. We're expecting the stock to we're expecting it to contract. The volatility that was behind this 300%. It's supposed to bring some contraction into the stock. Let's have a look at the 2 hour chart and see. So same thing as well. Contraction is expected. Contraction is expected. So let's look at the 3 hour chart. Yeah, so pretty much the same. There's a downward projection here of 0.4740. So we quickly move on to Tesla. We have already seen something. We've seen Tesla. I posted a video now of on Tesla. So we have the 3 hour chart. It's in there's no support anywhere around, unless you're talking about the previous downward projection. So you could say there is a support around 368.83, 338.12, even a couple of other projections, or a couple of other supports there. So, but momentum is expected to come back in. Momentum is expected to pick up in the coming days. It's expected to pick up. So this is on the 3 hour chart. Let's have a look at its 4 hour chart. Yes, momentum. Yes, just like in the 3 hour chart, is expected to come back. You know, we had negative upper projections, 4.474.88, and I think all the way up to $500 and some fraction. Just slightly above where it is, we have 41711. Let's have a look at its daily chart. Okay, we have downward projection of 343.38. We have upper projection of 411.11. We have 42855. There's a 474.35, and I think this is around 500 or thereabouts, $500 or thereabout. So let's have a look at Nvidia. Yeah, this is the daily chart for Nvidia. So momentum is expected to just gradually come back, and with just consolidating. The momentum is expected to continue to consolidate with a bias to the upside. So all the way towards the end of October, momentum is expected to remain strong. And so there's an upper projection here of 147.1 and 150.6. I would say even 153.11. They have been negated upper projections. We have 1.5, I think 158 or thereabouts, up to 160 negated. Yeah. Um, let's have a look at its for yeah 1 hour chart and see. Let's see whether there's anything fascinating there. Nothing really, but indeed there were nice stuff. Okay, well, I wouldn't say not really. We've seen high. We've not. And that's not exactly surprising. 146.66. But there are down projections. We have 132.08, 135, 133.15. What are the odds it will touch those levels? Never say never. Let's have a look at the 2 hour chart. Okay, we have upper projections 143.25, and below that we have 141.72. Let's come down to the 3 hour chart. We have 141.86, 143.37. Okay, well, I think we've seen a daily chart. Let's have a look at the 4 hour chart. Okay. Yeah, there was a negated upper projection of 142.02. Okay, let's quickly move on to FFIE. Okay, so yeah, the stock is rebounding. This is the 4 hour chart. We saw it pivot on yeah, not long ago, about a week or thereabout. So it's currently now showing strength within a longer term bearish trend. We have an upper projection of $4.28. We have $6. We have 7.68. We have $8.69. So let's have a look and see what the news is. It was a pre-market gainer today. Yeah, the temporary moving average has begun as not well, somewhat serving as it is serving has served as a primary demand line, but how sustained that will be is another issue. On the 4-hour chart, the momentum is projecting weakness. I mean, obviously, for maybe because of the fact that it has actually shown better strength than what it has shown of late, or rather, it's not expected to show as much strength, as it did before. So it's showing some strength within a longer term bearish trend, and there are no upper projections here. Rather, we have this resistance of resistance of an upper. We have the 200 moving average at 8.56. That will be a resistance. Yeah. So yeah, let's quickly move on to TXMD. TXMD spiked today. What's the news? Therapeutics MD gained its 2.56%. No news. It looks like a stock with a low float. Let's see. We might be able to find out. Shares float 11.34. Okay, not too bad. Not too bad. So we haven't seen any news behind this strength. It's showed today. And we can't see any upper projections. We can just quickly have a look at its 1-hour chart and see. Okay, momentum is expected to continue, but drop off by after Friday, after tomorrow. It's expected to drop off. This is the 1-hour chart, and there are no upper projections. Let's look at the 2-hour chart and see. Yeah, same. Momentum is expected to um, become climatic by tomorrow, the 3rd of January. Okay, let's jump down to the 4-hour chart. Yeah, same as well. Yeah. Okay, let's quickly move on to SPCB. SPCB. We have a couple of projections for the stock. Supercom Limited. Okay, we have 9.56. It has actually traded through that. We have 9.97. Let's see what the company does. SPCB. Electronic equipment, instruments, and components. Let's see whether we can find any news. Supercom shares sought 54% of the company said it secured 2 new contracts with unnamed agencies in Kentucky to deploy public safety technologies. Okay, so yeah, there are upper projections. I think all the way towards this will be